Hello everyone. Today we are going to analyze the IRDA Phase 1 exam which happened on 6th of November 2024. Okay. So let us first discuss the questions that were asked in the general awareness exam of IRDA yesterday. Okay. So what I have done here is I have divided those questions into four fields. First one is contemporary news or fact. Second is last 6 month news. Third is insurance related questions, and fourth is random questions. Okay, so as you can see, there are certain questions that are highlighted or highlighted in bold. So what is these bold questions are? So these are those questions which, even though you have not covered 6 months GA, but if you have just read newspaper for 15 minutes daily, then you could have easily solved these questions. See, in the end, what matters is you clear the cutoff of GA. If you have solidified reasoning, quant, and English, then most people today, they just need to clear the cutoff for GA. So now that GA paper is coming, unpredictable. So let us see whether we could, solve this paper easily or not. So see, I have divided this paper into four fields, and if you see the questions like 16th Finance Commission, starting date, then which of the following countries was not where UPI is not implemented, okay? Then ranking of the global startup ecosystem was asked. So these questions, even if you have not read the actual ranking in the news, then you should know that India is has one of the most best startup ecosystem available. So top three countries are USA, China, and third is India. And this has been there for a very long time. It's not like last 6 months news. Okay. So if you have been just a little bit aware of what is happening around you, you could have easily answered such question. Then again, this question, Sanjeevani, this was not, last 6 months question. This has been in news for a longer period of time. That's why it is considered in contemporary news. Okay. Then function of RBI, greenhouse gas, Artemis Accord is also coming in news for last 1 year. Then GST slab rate. So if you are preparing for any finance exam, then you should also know this answer also. Then NPS Vatsalya, this was in news since the budget. Okay. Then FIDE ranking. So even though you don't know the actual ranking of top five players, but in top one, Magnus Carlsen's name is there in news in sports section in last 6 months a lot of times. So even if you have just leaf through the pages of the newspaper, you could have guessed it right. Then new member of BRICS, so it was appearing in news again and again, and just now a BRICS summit took place, right? Then EFTA agreement, classical languages, seva, this is an app by SEBI, right? So these were the questions that you could not go wrong in exam in these questions. So, and in one question only term life insurance definition was asked. Okay. So it cannot go simple more than that. So if you count these bold questions, these are 15. So even if you have done out of 40, only 12 questions right and skipped others, if you have just marked 12 right questions there, then you could have scored 30% marks. You could have you can easily sail through the sectional cutoff of GA here. Okay. So as we know, last year sectional cutoff was 25%. So I am here considering in worst case scenario, even if it goes at 30%, you could have easily cleared GA cutoff. Okay. So we cannot say the exam was difficult in GA. So this was my reasoning, and you can see all other questions. Okay. And so, other questions are also there which you can attempt if you have taken our test series. Then you might find various questions were there in our test series too. Okay. Now let's move to the other parts of the paper. So we had four subjects. Okay. First was general awareness. So we are considering is it in easy to moderate range. Okay. And we are considering that the sectional cutoff will be around 25%. So out of 40, you just need to get 10% sectional marks, at least 10%. Okay. Then quant was easy. As far as English was also easy, and reasoning was also easy. For people who are giving IBPS exams, you know, for last 1 or 2 years, they might see that these three subjects were easy in this exam. So based on the feedback taken from the students who have appeared in the exam and how many questions they have attempted, so we have reached to a conclusion that the cutoff for phase one will be around 92 marks plus minus 3. So the range would be around 89 to 95. So this is considering the increase in competition as well as as well as the strength of and as well as the strength of the questions that were asked. So based on that, this is the clear cut indication. If people who are lying in this range, they should start preparing for phase two. Even if there are certain people who are lying in range like 85 above, they should seriously prepare for phase two. Okay. So for phase two, first focus on completing your syllabus. And as you have enough time, just practice as many answer writing questions based on that syllabus. Okay. So that's all for today's session. Thank you and have a nice day.